I've gone through 2 divorces, I've raised 3 kids on my own. I need more than traveling and meeting women and repeating every single day. We've all got battles that we don't discuss. We've all got losses that we don't share. We've all got victories that we're happy to share, but we don't talk about the failures we had in order to get that victory, the pain and suffering that we've all dealt with at different points in time. This is the cheapest Airbnb that I've had in all of Paraguay, and it is the biggest for the value as well. And you can see the water. I love how green Paraguay is though. Today I'm going to show you 2 apartments, one that is 600 US a month and one that is 1,000 US a month. Riding motorbikes in South America are fun and the roads are challenging, but what's more challenging is the drivers. See, that's my point, idiots. I just got my motorbike repaired. How much do you think it cost after I fell off it and dropped it?
Oh my God, I need to face this the other way, man.
Paraguay is always full of surprises. The roads are one thing, but their apartments are another. And it's lucky that you can't compare the roads with the apartments.
Oh my God, literally just picked the bike up and then got in another crash. Oh my God. I need to get a camera that goes both ways. The car just pulled out right in front of me 3 times in like 10 minutes.
All right, so I've only just got my bike back today after that last crash. And the whole time I've had this little microphone that I got from Temu for $19. It's a DJI wireless mic, so I'll see how the audio goes today. The bike feels good though. I can't believe how cheap, actually I don't need to yell now, it's all I can sit with the mic. It only cost me 60 Australian dollars to have the bike completely fixed. They painted the scratches, they fixed the brake pedal, they fixed the gear pedal, they fixed the hand throttle, the clutch, they fixed the handlebars, and it was $60 Australian. If it was in Australia, they'd be charging $700-800. Just broke my phone holder trying to put my phone on because they put it on upside down. Absolutely stinks of here. They grow it locally. Let me know in the comment section whether you prefer the GoPro facing this way or the roadway, because the amount of times, I reckon I've been cut off 200-300 times. I've almost literally gone into the back of a car or a truck, not a truck really, it's just cars, 3 or 4 times, like where it's been so close. I'm talking millimeters, but you don't get to see that when it's facing me. And I try and give you a variety where it's facing me and facing the road. I'm definitely feeling more cautious after coming off. Oh, just realised I'm here. Come to the casino in Asuncion. They didn't have their electronic card feeders operational yesterday and I ended up winning $1,000 starting with 200. It's the first time I've actually won here. You can't win with the electronic machines. So when you can play straight out of a normal deck, you've got a lot better opportunity. So something to consider if you're choosing to gamble. But it's just a way to kill time really. That's my thing that I broke. So that's meant to sit there. I'll leave that there, take my key out. I lost my key. It was in my bloody clothes pocket at the dry cleaner for the motorbike. I was shitting myself, so didn't have the key for a day. Things that you do. I will see how this goes on the way home. So let me know if you prefer the camera going this way or the other way, but we'll go for a nice little ride. See that motorbike just got across the median strip? It's that sort of stuff that you've just got to combat every single day, but you know, it's 7 o'clock right now, I'm riding with a bloody singlet on and the wind in your face just feels amazing. Oh, that's not cool, man. Did you see that speed hump that I just went through? That's the problem. That killed my ankle. I broke my ankle years ago and my foot was on the peg and that just killed. Oh, it went right through my ankle and my back. And it's shit like that you just, this bike isn't suited for. I was talking to the guy that owns this other bike shop and he said the same thing. The right bike, you don't feel any of that. So the problem is, as you're riding, see there's no signs for this speed hump. You just don't know what streets do or don't have them. Another one. See, that's my point, idiots. Happens every time. And I was literally only going like 30 kilometers an hour. Far out. That happens to me 10 times a day riding around here. Riding motorbikes in South America are fun and the roads are challenging, but what's more challenging is the drivers. You just can't like not have back, you need eyes in the back of your head. Oh my God, another bloody point. And look at the road, you know, like you're feeling all of this going through you, but the drivers just don't look. Now he's stopping in the middle of nowhere. Now he's indicating, now he's turning. Yep, okay, and slow. And this guy's turning in front of me. This is just like one street. And the problem is, because of these roads, you can see with the camera moving around, drivers just move to miss the divots, but they don't look who's next to them when they're moving. Like, you see that drain? We just passed that on the right. I'd move to avoid that on the bike if I saw it, but I'd look before I did so. Oh, and this guy's got to see, but he wasn't even looking again. Oh, it's such a beautiful day. If you ride bikes, you know those days where the sun's setting or rising and it's 25 degrees, you got the wind blowing on you, sun's on your back. That's today. This road. I wonder if that was it back there. There's the river. Look at this. Oh, it's a man-made lake or something. So catching up with a mate who's just got a long-term apartment here. Just leaving lunch and I went to pay her a tip and I realised she gave herself a 20 mil Guarani tip anyway. So I think it's like maybe $5 or something, but all I bought was 2 coffees and I paid basically for a third. Thought that's a bit rude. This road, look at the speed humps. Did you see those 3 girls on the motorbike further up that just pulled out in front? I love how people have the freedom here. Just goes through a red light, that's okay. Oh my God, both of them pulled out. Like, seriously? Where are you going, mate? Pick a lane. I'll leave the bike there, take the helmet off, and we're at the apartment where it's $1,000 a month. That's it there. Oh. Now, do you want to be left out of the video, or do you want to be on the video?
No, left out.
Is there a pool over there?
It doesn't work, but yeah.
Oh, really?
And then there's that sauna. I'll bring you into the sauna.
Yeah, that's right. I've never used saunas, like I'm not a fan. I had one in a house I had when I was a kid, but...
Yeah, they're fucking great. That's a big bonus for was the sauna being there.
It's huge foyer. It's massive. Look at the view.
For such a modern building, that's like a pit painting that you'd see in like a Chinese building.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It's crazy. It's such a narrow corridor. You nearly have to duck through that doorway.
I do jump through a door. It's not that I hit my head, but just...
Have you seen many people playing tennis since you've been here?
I think it's a fairly posh tennis club. Every evening all the courts are full.
Oh,
And they all have ball boys and everything.
Wow.
Every tennis court has 1 ball boy. So, you know,
You could go down there when the women are playing and meet some.
It's a club. It's the Paraguayan tennis club. So
Beautiful view.
yeah, and it gets the sun as well. When I looked it up on the maps, I thought the sun wouldn't hit here because the building actually faces away from where the sun is, but it does hit here.
Is that someone's private house? They got a pool?
think so.
It is. They got a tennis court. Yeah, kids playing soccer.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
stunning.
I know, it's pretty class.
Wow.
This area, I only realised this is the real posh area.
It's a shame that pool's not in operation.
I actually saw a guy there this morning taking measurements
Yeah.
with a measuring tape. I'd say with a job like that, they have to have enough funds to cover it, and the residents' association have to approve it.
How many square metres is your property
This
here?
is 90.
So you got 2 bathrooms as well, do you?
3 bathrooms.
3 bathrooms?
Yeah, you can go in
To
there.
live by yourself?
No,
Wow.
just in case, you know.
You got a view everywhere as well.
You get views on 3 sides.
That's so
Or 2
nice.
sides. On 3 sides, there's a view down there.
Full
as well.
size kitchen.
And I've no neighbours down here.
Wow.
All the windows are insulated as well.
What a setup.
And
Nice.
there's another bathroom in there. So I just use that for storage, it's so handy.
Wow.
The extra money, it's a lot more, isn't it? And
It's
everything.
ridiculous.
All the furnishings are really good. The floors are really good. The switches.
So $1,000 a month, you get 3 bathrooms, full-size kitchen, separate living,
Yeah.
dining,
It's like the size of
bedrooms,
apartments.
2 bedrooms. Well, this is a good size room too.
Yeah. There was 2 of them brought me here, and I was like, "Oh, that's great. I have no questions. What are we doing here?"
Yeah. You're starting to accumulate a lot more stuff though. You're not going to fit it all back in your bags.
Well, the stuff I have taken out there, that's the first time it's left my bags in 6 months.
I haven't worn half the stuff I brought. I brought a suitcase of
Yeah,
clothes
yeah.
and I've got to get rid of half my stuff. For what I'm paying $600 for, you've got 4 times the value.
It actually holds the heat. See the double glazing on all the windows. It's full windows. Like most apartments, you have a window like that or in a bedroom. It's
Beautiful.
floor to ceiling. It really makes it, well, for me anyway. Yeah.
Show us the rooftop.
Swimming shorts I brought with me don't fit me.
It's crazy how many people that I've met that are on peptides and that just keep dropping weight. It's ridiculous what the technology and the amino acids can do now, and yet pharmaceutical companies are trying to stop people from taking them because everyone's feeling good again. It's such a big floor area to waste for a foyer or throughout the whole
I think
building.
probably in the plans of design, it's probably meant to be couches and stuff there. It's sort of like probably meant to be a bit more bougie.
It's interesting, you know, I've been looking up the Plan B residency in Bolivia compared to Paraguay, and Bolivia's got about 3 million in the city, Paraguay's got about 2 million in the city, roughly, I think. But Bolivia is like meant to be half the price of what Paraguay is. Cost of living, rent, food, yeah.
I think this key might open this door.
Oh, is that locked, is it? Have you used the gym here?
No. I've only been here for 4 days now. I've been in the pool on the sauna.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's what $1,000 gets you a month, but I will show you what $600 gets you a month. So we'll go over and have a look.
See, that's my point. Every single day, people do not look. If I had $1 for every time I had been cut off while I've been riding in Paraguay, I would have thousands of dollars. Thousands. Did you see that bump that I just went through? That nearly knocked the bloody phone out of my spot that I'm keeping it in. I'm literally sitting here in shorts and a shirt. I love this weather. It's so good. It just puts you in the best mood. Cruising around, sun's out. It's, what's the time? It's 5:30 at night. It's probably like 25 degrees outside. That was pretty cool. See her taking the photos of the runners, sitting in the back of the car with the door open.
One thing I've learned while traveling on motorbikes all around the world is that sometimes medical treatment in a country where you don't speak the language is needed. And that's why I've chosen to partner with SafetyWing and their Nomad Insurance Essential Travel Medical Insurance. Not only does it cover you in over 180 countries for travel and medical emergencies for just a few dollars a day, but you can even buy it once you're already abroad and cancel at any time without penalties. It's one thing that every traveler should have sorted before they leave home. I've been traveling South America for over 3 months now, riding motorbikes, crossing borders and exploring places that most tourists never see. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that things don't always go to plan. This is why I recommend SafetyWing's Nomad Insurance. It's travel medical insurance designed specifically for digital nomads, long-term travelers and people living overseas. One thing I like is that it covers you in over 180 countries. You can purchase it even after you've left your home country, and you can cancel anytime without any long-term contracts or penalties. Whether it's an unexpected illness, an accident while traveling, or simply having peace of mind when you're traveling on the other side of the world, having reliable travel medical insurance can save you a lot of stress and money. If you're planning a trip, moving overseas, or living the digital nomad lifestyle, check out SafetyWing using the link in the description below and see if it's right for you. Now let's get back to the video. And this is what a $600 a month apartment looks like. So you got the bathroom there, and it's a studio. Quite small, but it does the job. What would you rather? $600 a month for something like this, or $1,000 a month where you get a separate bedroom, 2 bathrooms, a separate lounge room, and views of both sides. This is a small little building. It is in a closer area to amenities of Asuncion. I've stayed in 9 or 10 Airbnbs. A lot of them haven't been very nice. Barking dogs, loud music. There's always been a thing with different Airbnbs that I haven't found pleasant. This has been the quietest neighborhood. Beautiful view. It's not a massive building. It's close to everything. And it's been the cheapest. $600 is what I paid for the last 4 weeks, and then she charged me another $100 US for the extra 5 days that I stayed here, because I was planning on getting on my motorbike and touring, and that didn't work out. We got rain today. I was going to drive to another country. I was going to drive to another city, and my motorbike tank isn't all that big, and it's not really capable of carrying other tanks. The bike also isn't all that safe. My knee is still banged up. It's actually really tender. It's still swollen. It's got inflammation. You would have seen the accident if you checked out the other videos, but I'm looking for more. I haven't done anything. It's pretty much been a 3-month holiday. I feel like I've filmed everything in Asuncion to be filmed. I know I haven't, but I'm bored. And I think that sort of shows with me riding around, making videos, just talking, because there's not a whole lot here in Asuncion. And then I was going to go to another South American country, and I thought maybe I'm just going to be doing the same thing, but in a different part of South America. So I think I'm going to go to China. I want my life to be able to help others. And I never know what I'm doing. And that's reflected upon what you're seeing right now. But I have gone through a fitness journey. I've gone through 2 divorces. I've raised 3 kids on my own. I've gone through the separation anxiety of not having kids at my feet anymore. I'm 43. I've got no boss. I've got no wife. I've got kids that are independent. What's left? What do I want? I don't know. I'm chasing what that is. But I've been on the giving back journey for a number of years now. And that's because there's a lot of mental health issues. We've all got something that we don't like about life, but it's how we deal with that. So when I do these provocative videos and I poke the bear, and I basically open people's minds to the way I think and, you know, alternatives to what you're told, all it does is antagonize people and they get upset. But if you're easily upset, that's part of the problem, because you should be stronger than that. And not everyone is. And it's okay. We shouldn't all be sheltered. We should allow children to fall down and to be hurt and to cry and to know it's okay. And that's part of life. If you've seen my old videos, you would have seen that I was 40 kilo heavier. And you would have seen that I didn't look or act or talk as happily, I guess, as what I do today. You know what annoys me is in Australia, they tell you that something's illegal and that it's not healthy. And like with the vaping, they said it's worse than cigarettes. You can't take them, you shouldn't smoke them, blah, 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 blah. They make it illegal to buy privately. You can't import them, you can't export them, you can't sell them, you can't retail them. Oh, I've got to answer that phone. What number did you call me on, my Australian number or the Paraguay number? That was actually just a mate who's landed in Europe, and he's sort of going through the same thing. Kids are adults now, single, doesn't know what he wants in life, so he's trying to pursue happiness by traveling. And that's what we can do if it's an option to us, right? And a lot of people don't take that option because we're fearful. I'm thinking about getting on this plane. I've got to change Airbnbs because it ran out today, because I was going to go on the bike and travel, and I can't do that now. I need something to keep me challenged. People don't share lessons that they've learned. They're happy to share successes that they've made. But you know, successful people have all overcome losses. And I think if more people were humble and open, people would realize that those people actually deserve those successes because they weren't given to them. They've had to work for them. Look at, you know, people are either for or against Donald Trump, but you got to give it to him. He is a strong MFO. To overcome them trying to bankrupt him, put him in jail, do everything they possibly could. Whatever you do or don't believe, you've got to acknowledge he has a strong personality. He has a strong character. Now, he's got generational wealth he's been able to create for his family. Everyone would love to be able to do that. Some people would sacrifice a lot of things in order to be able to do that, right or wrong. Other people's goals in life and what they're willing to do in order to achieve them isn't for you to judge. Or you can judge it, but it doesn't change the outcome of anything. If you concentrate on yourself and you put the effort into yourself that you do commenting on other people's while you're watching their, maybe you'd be in a better position. I really want to build something, and I'm not building anything here in Paraguay. You know, personal brand is one thing, which obviously every video and post is building that brand. But if you're not doing anything with it, what's it for? This would have to be the best value Airbnb that I've had in all of Paraguay, and I've stayed in 12 Airbnbs since moving here in the last 3 months. This is $35 a night. You've got a full-size balcony with an asado barbecue opposite a park. You've got a huge area. It's actually 1 bedroom with a master walk-in robe and 2 bathrooms, full-size kitchen, full-size fridge. There's 1 bathroom for the guests. This is the master bathroom. I actually don't mind the glass because you can see a woman getting changed while you're still in bed. And this is the walk-in master robe. So $35 a night. What does that get you where you are living? If you book this long term, it's even cheaper. It's funny, you know, you always find the best deals after you've stayed in 10 places or at 10 locations and you've been in a location for a number of months. The good deals come to those who wait, they say. All this glass as well, it's on the edge of the building. So you've got the bedroom, the robe, and the lounge room, all with glass, plus the whole back section with the balcony. Not many apartments have this much room, and for $35 a night, how can you go wrong? What would you rather? A cheap room like the studio for 20 a night, or something as beautiful as this for 35 a night? Even these chairs are bloody comfortable, and you've got 2 big sized TVs. This is a apartment that you would easily live in. Anyway, I'm going to show you a 4th apartment today because I've got another one. This one is booked. I didn't book it long enough, and I was planning on heading to China, but the tickets are $3,500 US to go this week, one way from Paraguay. It's not much fun. It's going to be a 30-hour flight as well. So I might end up going to another country and staying there for a week before going to China to break up the 30+ hour flight and make it not so expensive. But I will circle back in a future video to find out, to tell you what I end up doing. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Like I said in another video or in a reel, I don't even know when I said it, but I remember saying it, so I won't repeat myself. I've got my motorbike, jacket, and helmet that I've got to go to the next Airbnb in. My ankle is completely bruised and swollen. My knee is stuffed as well. So I'm hobbling along. I also want to reduce half the stuff that I'm taking between countries because I don't need half of it. I've got bloody this little $30 microphone, and I've got 2 sets of $800 microphones, and we'll see if this does the job. How good? What an area. Like, you know, it depends. If you wanted 2 bedrooms, you could easily put a door over there. But I guess if you're not having kids and you don't have guests, I mean, guests could always stay in a lounge, I would put a door there to make that a 2nd bedroom. But given that I'm alone, I wouldn't do that. I would leave that as a wardrobe. So we'll see you at the next Airbnb.
Oh, I'm a bit annoyed, but I should be used to it by now. Every single Paraguayan that I become friends with asks for money, whether it's a loan, a gift, whatever. It just sort of annoys me. I made friends with a doorman here, and he asked for a loan, but I'm never going to see him again, so I gave him a tip, I would call it, but what their expectation is, can't you just be, I don't know, a good person without expecting something in return? And I'm just frustrated at every single time I think someone's genuine and nice, there's always a catch. And that's not just here, that's just everywhere in life, isn't it? It seems to be that way. But who knows? Is that one way? I don't know. Some of these roads, to get through, you've just got to force your way, and it is what it is. I haven't really been riding the bike a whole lot. I've still recovering from that accident. My foot and knee aren't in the best shape. Like those potholes, man, you should see those. They were over a foot deep, probably 2 feet deep just then. And it's always the way, you know, I put the camera this way, I put the camera the other way, and you never know which way to face it to see where the action's going to be. But I've got another Airbnb for a few nights. I'm in 2 minds whether I don't know, like I'm bored. I guess if you stay in one country for too long, it doesn't really feel a whole lot different to home. The novelty of it wears off, and Paraguay's worn off for me now. So I need to find something different. What's this idiot doing, man? The drivers here are literally the worst I've experienced. I've been to, I think, 9 countries, and Paraguayan drivers are honestly the worst out of any country that I've been in. And it's funny, you know, the phones these days, they pick up everything you're talking about, and because I've been talking about my motorcycle accident, Facebook and Instagram keep showing me bloody motorcycle accidents, so it sort of put me off riding a bit. Seeing how innocent riders just keep getting cut off by cars and the consequences aren't minor. Traffic here is just at a bottleneck at peak hours now. All the expats call them cattle sheep. It only affects the cattle because they're the workers, the 9 to 5 people that traffic affects. But if you're self-employed, you don't have to generally worry about it. It's just funny the mentality of people as well, the mindset, how it differs between people based on their wealth. So now I'm looking at selling the bike. I actually love this bike. I really do love it. It's the wrong country to be riding this bike in. I'd probably buy this bike again actually if I went to another country. I like it that much. It's just good because it's not too powerful that you're going to get in trouble with it. You don't have to fight the power. It's more safe. As safe as a bike gets, I guess. Well, this is the new home for the motorbike at the new Airbnb. It does sort of get tiring moving between so many Airbnbs, but I will say it gets tiring staying at the same one as well. I don't know, I think I'm just the type of person that's never content. I'm trying to look for that though. Not even a lift, it's stairs. Oh, that's not too bad. I've been on level 6 in so many apartments. I don't know, 4's my lucky number, but 6 hasn't treated me too badly in old Paraguay. It's funny, I was talking to a mate today about the around the world game between Nomads. I'll put a reel up if you don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram, link in the description below. And basically whoever sleeps with the most amount of women in that country owns that country, and whoever owns the most amount of countries owns the world. And it's a game that apparently passport bros play. But I'll show you this. I literally brought this is the other thing that's annoying with having a motorbike, is I've got to bring all my stuff via a Bolt or an Uber, and then I have to ride the bike. So I don't even know where lights are. I brought my bags here and that's all I've done. There we go. So I am right next to all the action. A little 2-minute walk to the major shopping centre. That's where I'm looking at of. So this is actually $45 a night on Airbnb. There is nothing cheaper available at the moment. I guess it depends on the night. There's a lot of Airbnbs that are for rent, and this happened to be the cheapest. So I booked this because I actually don't know how long I'm going to be here. So I'm doing it night by night, and they've got no bookings at the moment. I guess people aren't this cheap where they would want to stay in something like this. But yeah, given that last Airbnb I was in, that was beautiful for $35 a night, and this is $45 a night, big difference. Well, that is the first and the last time I'm going to be riding in the rain in Paraguay. It is 20 times more dangerous. You cannot judge how deep the potholes are when the roads are full of water. It is not a fun experience, and I do not recommend it. Check out this video over here. I've got a folder with a playlist here of more of the same videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.